What's going on, guys? It's Master Builder Max here, and today, although it is a bit delayed, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new LEGO Marvel Superheroes January 2025 reveals. We've got 7 sets to go through. I'm not counting the 4+ sets because they're junior sets. They should be on their own, in their own little list. I just want to have a look at the mainline sets. Some of these are really good. I feel like some of them are just a big disappointment, and some of them are just the usual sort of Marvel kid stuff, which is fine. Lego is a toy at the end of the day. So let's go ahead and get into this with my favourite set of the wave. So it should come as absolutely no surprise that my favourite set is the Spider-Man Miles Morales versus the Spot, based on Across the Spider-Verse. I cannot wait for this set. I might just pre-order it. It's so good to finally be getting Spider-Verse sets. And although it's £50 in the UK, I don't think that's too bad of a price. If you can wait for a sale, then absolutely wait for a sale. However, this is one that I've just got to pick up day one. It comes with Miles Morales Spider-Man. It comes with Spider-Gwen, Jefferson Davis, and the Spot. The Spot, I'm so happy they gave him leg printing. He absolutely needed that, and I'm really happy they did, because they just could have given him white legs. I was really expecting that. Jefferson Davis, I think, looks fine. It's nice to get a new figure and him not be just reused parts. Spider-Gwen, I feel like, is fine. I don't know how I feel about the purple hands, but I think it will grow on me over time. I think I'm just used to that figure coming with white hands. And the Miles Morales figure, I think, is absolutely amazing. They all come with alternate heads as well, apart from the Spot and Jefferson. Miles, I think, could have done with leg printing and arm printing, just because in the film, the costume goes up the side of the legs, the side of the torso, and the side of the arms, I believe. And they even make a joke about it 2 times in the film. But overall, super happy with all these figures. I cannot wait for this set. Now we have to talk about one of my least favourite sets of the wave, which is the Captain America Civil War Action Battle. Not quite sure why it's not just called Airport Battle, but whatever. This set I am just not a fan of. I think it's such a disappointment. I think it's such a letdown compared to the 2016 version. I just think the old version is better in every single way, which is not what it should be. We should be getting better sets, not worse sets or sets. These sets should be improving on the originals. Comes with Wanda, Black Panther, Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Black Widow, Falcon, the Winter Soldier figure, which we'll get into, and Ant-Man or Giant Man. Unfortunately, though, the Ant-Man figure is one of these buildable figures which I just absolutely hate. I just don't think they look good. I don't think they look good next to minifigures, because minifigures do not have knees, they don't have elbows, so the proportions of it don't line up with the proportions of the minifigures. And on top of that, the original one was so much better. That to me looks like Lego. And I know that these construction figures and these buildable figures are, but I feel like they are too Bionicle-y, if that makes sense. And that is an insult to Bionicle, but they don't feel to me like upscaled versions of the figures. Like, I understand, look, with it being Giant Man, it makes sense, but I don't know. To me, I just don't like them at all. Anyways, enough about these giant figures. Looking at the set, it's just a bit underwhelming. It's just a little jet, which is basically a reuse of the one from Avengers Tower, and a grey base plate with some cones and lights on it. It just looks a bit boring. It will be very interesting to see what this looks like without minifigures on it. And it's just one of these diorama sets, which I'm fine with, but I don't think this works as a diorama. I think this only works as a playset. And then we get onto the minifigures. This to me is pure laziness. Every single one of these figures is just lazy. Iron Man Mark 46 is the standout. If you're to get one figure from this set, get that one. Spider-Man, fine. It's good to have the torso from the Sanctum and the arm printing from the Sanctum. That's absolutely fine. Spider-Man is cool. Falcon, it's the same one from the Avengers Tower, but it's a different wing build. Like, the build for the wings are different. Again, fine. His outfit's not that much different in Civil War. Wanda, though, completely inaccurate. She's using the Endgame torso. That is the completely wrong figure. Black Widow is another one. That outfit is based on the 2012 film. It is completely inaccurate. It's the wrong hair. It's not good. Black Panther is a new figure. It's fine, but again, the 2016 one is just so much better. Captain America, another inaccurate minifigure. That outfit is from Age of Ultron. The Civil War one is very similar, however, it doesn't have the red on the torso around the star. Also, it's another Captain America without leg printing or dual molded legs. Just give him dual molded legs. I don't understand why it's so hard. Spider-Man has dual molded legs. Like, why is it so hard to give him Captain America? I don't get it. But for me, the absolute worst is the Winter Soldier minifigure on the far right. Every single part of him, maybe apart from the legs, is either worse or inaccurate compared to the 2016 one. First of all, the hair, it's completely the wrong colour. How have we got it right 10 years ago, but we can't get it right this year? Like, I don't get it. The face print is fine. At least it's not the Star-Lord one like the 2016 one was. The torso print, however, is completely inaccurate. That is more based on... I mean, it's not completely inaccurate, but it's more based on the Winter Soldier film. So again, it's like it doesn't even look like the outfit from the film. And then the thing that just really annoys me is the arm. The silver arm, which is an iconic look to have the star on the shoulder. The 2016 figure had this, and 10 years later we're just giving him a plain silver arm. What is this? Why on earth can we do this 10 years? Could we do this 10 years ago and not do it now? Like, what has changed? What has changed there? It's crazy to me that 10 years ago that figure got arm printing and 10 years later he doesn't. I just don't understand that logic. Anyways, moving on. The buildable Marvel logo and minifigures. This I think is cool. I think this is really cool. I just wish it wasn't MCU based, or the minifigures weren't, and it was a bit bigger. I think it's quite small. You'll see in a picture soon, it is quite small. However, I've seen like early reviews for this and stuff like that, and the building techniques to use the 3D Marvel effect, like to get the letters in there, that is actually really cool. You can make the minifigures pop out of the sides and the top, and you can see it there. Like, obviously that's a child next to it, so it looks okay, but I just think it looks a bit small. I think that set would have worked better as like a wall art sort of display piece, and you could pose minifigures on top or around it, a bit like the Gotham skyline that came out in 2024. Moving on to minifigures, again, it's another mixed bag. The Iron Man figure is the standout. It's the Mark 6 from Avengers Tower. However, this time it's not battle damaged, which is really good to see. However, that figure will be coming in the Iron Man Hall of Armour set, which I think is going to come out in March. I'm not too sure. I thought it was coming out in January, but no reveals or anything of it so far. Black Widow is the same one from the Civil War fight, and Thor, it's a bit of a weird one. He's got the Endgame head, but like an Infinity War torso, so I don't know what that is based on. And then Hulk is, I don't know. I don't really like minifigure versions of Hulk and Red Hulk and characters like that. I just don't think it works that well. But I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I just think it's weird that he doesn't have leg printing or dual molded legs, because he just looks like he's wearing jogging bottoms to me. But I think this could have been a chance to get the Marvel logo, and instead of having 5 figures, because we have 6 Avengers, but we can't seem to put Hawkeye in this set. I think we either should have got comic book versions of these characters, or like Howard the Duck, and people like characters like that, that you wouldn't get in everyday sort of sets, if that makes sense. Moving on to these two, this is a Spider-Man versus Venom muscle car. Nothing special here really. This is just a shelf warmer really. The same Spider-Man figure we've been getting for years, the same Venom, but a new Spider-Girl or Spider-Woman. I think that is the Carpenter. I can't remember her first name. Sydney Sweeney plays her in Madam Web. Again, this is for kids, and that's absolutely fine. This is a set that is for kids. It's not for the adults, which is perfectly fine. So is this one, the Iron Man and Black Panther car. versus Red Hulk. This one I do like the Red Hulk minifigure in. I do quite like the car actually. I'm a big Iron Man fan, so yeah, it's cool to me. Big fan of the Red Hulk with the mustache. I'm not a fan of Hulks as minifigures, like I said, but again, I don't mind that one. Again, just a shame there's no dual molded legs. It looks like he's wearing tracksuit bottoms. The Iron Man you're about to see again in a sec. Black Panther's from the Civil War set, but I really do like the mustache on the Red Hulk minifigure. I think that looks really, really cool. Speaking of Iron Man, this is the Iron Man mech versus Ultron. This is the worst Iron Man mech they've made. The previous two were way better. The figure is the 4+ one, but he's got a new helmet, which I actually do quite like. I just wish that it was like a different Iron Man suit. Like I give us the space armor, a disco armor, Peacemaker, something like that. I just wish it was a different Iron Man armor. The Ultron though, I absolutely love. I think this looks great. I really like them reusing the neck piece from 2015's Age of Ultron wave. I think this is an absolutely amazing minifigure, one of the best from the whole wave. Now hopefully they don't reuse this minifigure, or if they do, all they can do is change it from silver to gold and have it from the Age of Ultron comics. I think that would look sick. That to me is how you should reuse figures. Like, keep the printing, just change the colour of the parts, and it will make a world of difference, and it will cost basically nothing. And then finally we have the Spider-Man mech versus Anti-Venom. Appreciate the white spider on the chest. It sort of feels to me like a reference to Spider-Man PS4. However, that minifigure is just the same one we've been getting since 2021. It's fine. It's a good Spider-Man figure. But Anti-Venom, I'm a huge fan of. I'm so happy to finally get this figure in Lego, or this character in Lego, sorry. I think he looks great. I think he looks really, really good. I don't know, I wasn't sure about the yellow eyes at the start, but I think white eyes on him probably would have just blended in. So the yellow eyes do make sense. And I just hope we get more and more symbiotes. There's so many characters in these universes, whether it be from the comics, the films, that we're still yet to get. So whenever there's a new minifigure, I'm not going to complain at all. I'm not the biggest fan of the mech sets, but I do understand with kids they sell well, and I do appreciate that they now come with 2 minifigures, because that's just the bread and butter of superheroes. You have a good guy and a bad guy, and kids can play with that and create infinite stories with 2 minifigures. So I think that is really, really good. So yeah, that's it. That's the whole wave done. So yeah, be sure to let me know what you guys think of these sets and this wave in general in the comments below. I'm just a bit disappointed with some of it. Some of it I feel like is really good. The rest I feel like is just the usual stuff we get, and a big disappointment. That Civil War airport battle set is just a massive disappointment in my eyes. It's filled with inaccuracies, and it just, for me, it doesn't appeal to me. It's one for when it goes on sale, if you get what I mean. But overall, I think this is a lot better than the January 2024 wave we had last year. The Spider-Verse set, the Ultron minifigure, and a lot of the new comic book style figures I really, really like. And I like that we're getting more of them. It feels like we've been very MCU heavy the last few years. And let's go back to some of these more comic book based sets, like the 2015, 2016 sort of era where we had the MCU sets, the comic book sets. It feels like we're going back to that. So I really hope we are. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next one.